Christmas is a time of year where families get together, where gifts are exchanged, and where there's an expectation where the bar is set really high. Welcome to another episode of Mental Health Mondays, and today we're going to be talking about holiday guilt. What better way to celebrate the holidays with some ham, some stuffing, and a little bit of guilt thrown in there? In all honesty, this season has been rough for a lot of people, especially navigating the holidays. And now we have Christmas coming up, and we do not want to fall victim to this holiday guilt that is going to come upon a lot of people. Christmas is the time of year where families get together, where gifts are exchanged, and where there's an expectation where the bar is set really high. And when we don't reach that expectation, of course, guilt is a natural feeling. Now, there's different types of guilt. There's natural guilt, which is remorse over something you did or failed to do. There is free-floating or toxic guilt, which is the underlying sense or feeling of not being a good person. Then there's existential guilt, which is a feeling that arises when we see injustice, poverty, and we feel like we're not doing enough. We're not paying our obligations to life itself. So how are we going to navigate the holiday guilt this season? Well, for starters, let's go back to the basics. Let's remember the reason for the season. I know that may sound cliche, but really, let's go back to the basics. Of course, this is easier said than done, and of course, it's hard to explain to children. But let's start to fix our mind what's really important. Health, life, family. Let's go back to those things that we truly value, and let's capitalize on those things. Now, there's going to be a lot of guilt because we're not able to get together with our family and see our loved ones, or the grandparents aren't going to be able to see the grandkids. We're not going to be able to have those big gatherings like we're used to. So during this holiday season, there's going to be a lot of pivoting. But something that we could do is let's plan to have a Christmas gathering another time. Maybe Christmas in July. Everyone's going to have to pivot during this holiday season. Christmas will not look exactly the same. And that's okay. So you're going to have to stand firm in your convictions of how you want to do Christmas this year. Maybe you don't want to give gifts. Maybe you do want to give gifts. So don't feel guilty for how your family wants to celebrate the holidays this season. Of course, gifts are always a huge thing during Christmas. There's always lots of comparing. Of course, kids are going to look at what other kids have. They're going to see lots of gifts on TV. So how are we going to navigate the guilt, of telling our kids, hey, Christmas may be light this year? It's good to remember that this is a special time for everyone in the world. And it's not just you or I that's going through it. Everyone is going through this pandemic, and we're all going to have to navigate this season and the guilt that comes along with not being able to reach those expectations. But ask yourself, why are you putting these expectations on yourself? Are these expectations of things that come from your childhood? Expectations from seeing others, how they celebrate Christmas and how they give gifts? Every family dynamic is different. So, if you don't want to give gifts this year, then don't give gifts this year. If you just want to give one gift this year, then give one gift. If you want to tell your kids, hey, we're actually going to buy other people gifts this year, do what you feel is right in your heart. Don't feel guilted and do what everyone else is doing or to try to reach this expectation, which is very hard in this season that we're in. So the next time you're feeling guilt over the holidays, ask yourself these questions. Why am I feeling guilty? Should I feel guilty? What expectations have I put on myself? Where are these expectations coming from? What do I really want to do? I hope you all have a guilt-free holiday and you stay true to your convictions of what your family wants to do during these holidays.